Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to Supersize You Annual Challenge Day 58. Today we're talking about confidence, of course, and criticism and how to handle criticism in a confident way. We need to keep in mind, and we're going to also talk about the R in our super process review. But first, let's talk about criticism today. Guess what? Criticism is absolutely positively inevitable. If you are doing anything that would attract attention in any way, shape, or form, meaning if you're living, existing, and breathing, you're going to get criticized. Everybody isn't going to like us. I know it's heartbreaking, but the truth is, and I guess the first question you ask yourself is, do you like everybody that you come in contact with and that you meet? Have you liked everybody you've ever met and come in contact with? The answer is obviously no. Even me, who tries to like everybody, and I don't try to like, I try to find the good in everyone because I know it's there. I don't expect myself to like everyone, and I certainly don't expect everybody to like me. I think criticism, the more visible you become, the more you put yourself out into the world, the more you actually live your life and engage in life, the more likely you are to get negative feedback or criticism from other people. Now, I will add that negative feedback is just data and information that we can use to become a better version of ourselves. We always have to consider the source of the criticism or feedback, as well as the intent of the person that's criticizing. So a lot of time we'll find in our personal lives that people are projecting onto us their feelings about themselves. If you need examples of this, just go read a political stream on social media, and in about 2 comments, you will see exactly what's going on. It's just each side arguing and projecting their beliefs onto the other side. I'm not going to say which side, but one side is particularly good at accusing the other side of exactly what they've been doing for decades. Super scary, right? But it's obviously been very effective because lots of people have been influenced both positively and negatively on all sides of every topic imaginable, not just politics or religion or those super emotional topics that if we're smart, we just don't bother talking about because they don't usually matter to what we're doing in our life and our businesses and our careers. And even raising good humans, it's just things that are outside of our control that are used to distract our attention from things that are really important to us. And really, the most important things are the things that matter most in your life, in the life of those you love and care about. So today, I want you to think about and then share in the comments below a piece of criticism or feedback that you've gotten that's been really helpful and that it stung when you first got it, but it really helped you in the long run. And I'll give an example. My daughter is my best friend in the whole wide world. And I think I'm her best friend too. But we have a tendency to trigger one another. And by trigger, I mean upset in some way without even realizing it, right? Our triggers are just automatic responses to things that we've experienced in the past. And something that's happening right now pulls that up from our subconscious and our memory and gets us all upset about something that we might not even get upset about normally. And so my daughter is wonderful about letting me know when I've done or said something in a way that upsets her or triggers her. And so she doesn't want me carrying that on to the next generation, meaning when I am hanging out with her daughters, she doesn't want me to do the same things that I did to her when she was a child that I didn't even know were not good, right? We all do the best we can with what we've got right now. But I wasn't the first to admit that as a mom, I was busy running through my life and barely cognizant of what was going on around me, although I was trying to juggle all the balls and do all the things. And so I really appreciate when she lets me know things that I did when she was a kid to her that she catches me doing with her daughters that she doesn't want me to do. And one of those is in the area of over concern, over worrying about their safety, right? I am like definitely a worry wart helicopter grandma. And so she reminds me of the things that I say and the way I say them, which is super helpful to me because I wasn't self-aware of them back when I did it. And obviously I'm still not self-aware now. So I need all the feedback I can get. And she's sharing those with a positive intent to create all of our relationships and make them better, right? And I know that's her intent. So even though it might sting and hurt my feelings sometimes, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I even actually do or say that. We all have those self-awareness moments, right? We're like, oh my gosh, I absolutely positively do that. That's ridiculous. And one of the things hereditarily in my family brought down by from my mother's side from her mother and her and now me and my daughter and my granddaughters is negative self-talk. Now, I can't just blame them, but that's where I learned it, because that's generationally, that's how our family responded to things. We would talk negatively about ourselves, and it is a very hard thing to let go of. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's been something I've been working on for a long time, but naturally the voice in my head is a negative influence. It's not a positive cheerleader all the time, right? I'm switching that around and flipping that, but it's a lifelong process and journey, becoming who we're meant to be. So keep in mind the intent and the source of the feedback. If the person that's giving you feedback isn't somebody you look up to and respect, and especially if they're not doing the thing that you're doing, thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. I will consider it. And then don't say anything else and let it go. Because if somebody's projecting their feelings, their doubts, their worries, their fear, their anxiety, which is what I do with my granddaughters, on you, it's not your business. It's not your responsibility to handle it. So the more visible we get, the more criticism we're going to get. But I know when I first came online, everybody's like, well, just wait till you start getting haters. And of course, I got excited when I got my first couple of haters, because I knew that people were actually paying attention. So I think some of the most useless feedback I've gotten online about my videos, because my videos are definitely a wackadoodle sometimes, like, look at this outfit. And that's fine. But I had one lady that accused me of being a transvestite, trans. And I thought about that. I'm like, why on earth would you say that? Well, in the beginning of my videos, I used to say, when I transitioned from corporate and the business world, owning my own businesses, to the online world. And they took that as meaning I was trans because I transitioned my career. So is that on them or is that on me? It's on them, and it made me laugh. My very favorite piece of feedback ever is negative, and it's because somebody compared me to the Wicked Witch of the East. And then I'm like, I do kind of look like her, I got that witchy nose going on. It is what it is. But was that feedback given with the intent to be helpful or to be hurtful? It definitely was not given with the intent to be helpful in any way, shape, or form. And the person that gave me that feedback has never shown their face or done anything anywhere ever. So grain of salt, but it makes a good story for a video. All right, so what are we doing today? We're going to talk about the R in super before I go over 10 minutes and share Tammy's application of the review process and what she's doing for the rest of this year. And I recommend that you maybe follow a format like this or create your own. It's all about making the process your own. So weekly, I need a magnifying glass. Weekly, she is going to review what bold actions, she said, what bold actions did I take? How did it feel? Then monthly, she said, self-confidence assessment, trust myself more, ? Imposter syndrome decreasing. So she wants to know, is she following and doing the things that self-confidently, or is she still holding back? Quarterly, she's going to do an evidence review. She's going to look back at wins and competence and growth. Then celebrate and evolve. We're going to celebrate what's working and do more of that. And then we're going to change, morph, and evolve the things that aren't working. So she said yes to opportunities that scared me, received compliment and believed it, made decisions without second guessing. Those are all areas she's going to be looking for improvement in, and celebrate when she does them. As far as evolving, confidence becomes a natural state. Encourage others struggling with self-doubt. Take on leadership roles. All excellent ways to demonstrate confidence in yourself and to build confidence in yourself. Just like any other muscle, the more we do it, the stronger it gets. The stronger it gets, the better our results. A self-fulfilling prophecy. Love those. All right. Any questions about this today? Just reach out and ask. You can message me. You can find me on school. You can find me on social media. Just leave a comment or get creative and figure out what my Voxer handle is and leave me a walkie-talkie message. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.